Hello, everyone, and welcome to the EGX Daily Wrap, sponsored by Virgin Media. I'm Ian
Hello,
Higton,
I'm Zoe Dillahunty Light.
and we are two-thirds of Team Eurogamer, and we've been having a lovely day at PAX EGX today. Hopefully you have too. If you head to paxegx.com, you will find a whole virtual show floor full of games and panels and live streams, merch, like perhaps this t-shirt, what I'm wearing right here, right now. Look at that. Oh, love,
What an
excellent quads
attractive
masters. Yeah.
t-shirt.
It's
Ooh,
very attractive, isn't it? I think it's given me plus 10 animal magnetism.
absolutely, for sure.
There's plenty of other merch in there. There's outside Xbox merch. There is pin badges.
Pin badges, PAX t-shirts, there's like snapback caps, there's everything.
There is so
Everything.
much stuff. Hopefully, you lot stayed with us. A lot of you did stay with us. You might have watched Fall Guys earlier.
Oh my god.
There was some
Just
ups and downs, Zoe.
yeah.
There was some yelping. There
Quite
was
a yep.
it was like I quit by accident.
Oh my god,
Going down
that was
so bad,
terrifying.
so bad. Curve down.
Mhm.
Just about to get to the final. Servers cut out. Vertical curve down. Then
It was yeah, go on, keep going.
yeah.
Keep going.
So then
Level down.
the next match, I won. Vertical curve straight back up again. Yeah, yeah. And I was saying to Zoe in the 5 minute cooldown period, the countdown, my hands are still vibrating. I was like, this is the adrenaline. It's
Still
crazy.
going.
I'm absolutely shaking
Still buzzing.
from that one. So yeah, the daily show roundup is runs from 5:30 till 6 o'clock, and we basically talk about what we've been doing today, what kind of things we have checked out over at PAX EGX.com. If you
There's so
do,
much to do.
there's
So
loads.
much.
There is
Yeah.
loads of stuff. And if you like live streams, I'm just saying, this YouTube channel that we're streaming. Well, you might also be watching us on Twitch as well. But if you want to head over to youtube.com/Eurogamer, you'll see more of
That's us.
us every day. Do
Every
subscribe.
single day.
That's just so much video game goodness, and we got a wonderful, very, very awesome community. It's a really nice, friendly, inclusive place to hang out, and we got some lovely
Good.
moderators who keeps everyone nice and safe. So yeah,
All the good things. All the good things.
yes.
But yes, we've been doing a lot of stuff today with EGX. We've been going to some panels.
Mm-hmm.
We've played some game demos. Ian, what have you been up to today?
Well, I started off the day setting up this, and then
Yep.
once I managed to complete the setup just before 1 o'clock. We said when we were planning this daily show that we should like pick a panel and watch and then
Yeah.
talk about it. I couldn't not pick the panel that I was in. Really,
You couldn't,
I've got
you
to
did
pick
it
myself
yourself.
up a bit.
You've got to lean into that. You
Yeah,
gotta,
yeah.
yeah, there were so many different things to choose from as well when it came to the panels and the
Hmm.
games. Like, I love the fact that when you look at like the Left Field collection, there's so many tiny indies game demos that you can check out. Like, just download them to your computer completely free and just like see whether you like them or not.
Hmm.
It's so easy. So we've basically been spoiled for choice all day about what to do.
We have. But yeah, like you have, you've seen a panel as well, haven't you?
Yes, I have indeed. One about a really cool game called Roki that I'm very excited about.
Okay.
It's very close to my heart. But yeah, and we've both been playing some games as well, bouncing off some demos that have been really excited for when the full game comes out, actually.
Yes.
But we will be chatting about those games in just a little bit. We're keeping the suspense going because you want suspense in a show about EGX because there's so much to do and see. It was very easy to pick something that stood out to us today. I actually already have my games that I'm going to talk about planned for the rest of the week
Oh,
because
really?
there's just that many that I want to like do myself and I want to chat
Oh,
about.
you see, I quite like just diving into the website and like having a little click around and like
Oh
discovering things.
yeah.
So I'm probably going to jump in each day and be like, oh, that looks cool. That looks cool. That's what I did today. I was scrolling around and I was like, oh.
Oh,
I'll
it's like
try
you're
that
actually
out
walking
today.
around the show floor. You're like,
Yeah,
oh my god, getting distracted by so many different things going around.
yeah, it's great. It's, you can wander over to the merch store, buy some merch. You can wander on over to the the Virgin Media stand, check out what they've got on offer,
Hmm.
check out a demo. But yeah, there's also a bunch of panels going on. So I'll let you kick off and tell us all about the Roki panel that you
Yes,
slapped.
I went to a panel. I was there in person. I wasn't in their front room. That would be really weird. I went to a panel about the game called Roki, hosted by Tom Jones and Alex Canaris Citero, that was about holistic storytelling in Roki, and it was really cool. It was basically talking about all the ways that Roki, in particular, tells you about the story of the game without like putting it in words and having characters do exposition and tell you stuff. So they were talking about how, of all things, From Software inspired how they do their kind of holistic storytelling. So Roki, for those of you who might not know, is a kind of a point and click puzzle game about a girl called Tova whose younger brother Lars has been kidnapped by this folklore creature called Roki and taken to this kingdom. So she has to work her way through these mystic Scandinavian puzzles that are really close to her hometown to try and get her brother back. And what they were saying was that when you play From Software games, the game never really tells you what happens apart from the prologue. But when you're playing the games, through like the architecture and the environment, you can piece together what you think happened in the past to lead to you being in the world of Dark Souls or Bloodborne or I guess Sekiro tells you more about it, like at the very moment in time. So they took a lot of inspiration from from software games, which is amazing. And one of the other things they found was that because they obviously want people to listen to the story, they don't. They were going to voice the characters, like have them say full sentences and stuff, but they actually found that getting them to do like tiny emotes at the beginning of each sentence, not like a dab or whatever, but like going like oh, like was way better for getting people involved in the story because it meant they weren't skipping through dialogue being said, so it meant that it was much easier to stay in the game. And actually like think about it in that term. So it was a really, really cool panel. It's talking about sound design as well, like all the ways that games tell you about the story that's happening, without actually like being like, okay, sit down. Are you done there? Good. Here's the story I'm going to tell you right now. But it was
Yeah.
great. It was really interesting.
I mean, one of the things I love the most about EGX panels and stuff is it's so easy to just sit down and play a game and not think about the thought processes that have
Yeah,
gone behind stuff. So yeah,
exactly.
being able to sit down and listen to the actual developers, leading you through their design decisions and
Yeah.
yeah, why they've done so many things is yeah, it's really
It's
cool.
amazing. It's awesome. And telling you, like, so another thing they did was in a lot of Roki's scenes, they have in the foreground, they have bushes and stuff. So it feels like you, the player, are watching Tova do all these puzzles, which, like, kind of makes her feel threatened and like she's in danger because you're watching her from the shadows, which is a really cool way to, like, implicate you, the player, in the story to be like, you're watching everything she does, by the way. Like, she's a young girl and she's not entirely safe in these, like, mystical monster infested woods, but it's just it was really really cool. It's such an eye-opening way to the way that games tell us stories without us really realizing it.
Yeah, I've actually not seen too much about Roki. I'm just looking at some pictures of it now. The art style looks really cool.
It's awesome. Yeah, it's very kind. It looks like a picture book, but
Yeah, it
like
does. Bit
another
like
really
some
cool thing.
bikesy in a way.
Exactly. Yeah. See, it doesn't make monsters. Monsters aren't evil in Roki. They're like humans. They have areas of
Right.
grey as well. So it means that because you're seeing it through Tova's eyes, if you were like an adult playing it, like an adult character, they might be like, "Monster is bad, must hurt monster." But because Tova's young, she doesn't see them as enemies straight away. So it lets you figure out what the monsters you interact with are like and whether they're actually a threat or not.
Right.
Um, it's really cool. I'd recommend Roki to people because it is a pretty cool game.
Okay. Do you know if there's a demo of it on the
Um,
virtual
I
show floor?
So I believe it's out already, actually. You can
Oh,
play the entire thing right now. This was more kind of like explaining their thought processes behind it. But
right.
if you're interested in the panel, there are no spoilers for the game in it whatsoever. So you are free to watch it and you won't get any spoilers for the main game.
Oh, awesome. Wow. From Roki to a Hitman. And
Yes, I
yes,
mean, what a change.
what a the two very similar games. Obviously, one's
For
about
sure.
One's about monsters, the other's about being in control of technically a monster.
Mhm.
But no, I managed to speak to David Bateson, who is an absolute legend. He is the voice of Agent 47. He's been the voice of Agent 47 through about 6 games, spanning
Whoa!
around 20 years. The Hitman series is about 20 years old. And he is such a joy to talk to. He's so down to earth. Like, if you managed to catch the chat we did, it's very jokey, very jovial. It felt he's the sort of person that you can chat to and you feel like you've known him for ages.
Oh, I
I
love people like that.
Yeah, he's so friendly. He doesn't have like a sense of like maybe ego or anything like that.
Yeah.
He's just so down to earth. And because of that, we just had it didn't feel like an interview to me. It felt more like a lovely fireside chat.
You had a natter.
Yeah, we had a natter about loads of things. One of the things we had a quick little natter about, and I'll show you a brief clip, is because I love VR, Zoe.
I did not know that about
know.
you, Ian.
And it turns out David Bateson's just as excited about the upcoming Hitman VR release as I am. So here's David Bateson talking for about a minute about Hitman VR with me chuckling along behind.
And then boom comes VR, last week. Now you can be me. These are my hands. And this is you strangling someone.
Yeah.
Which is next step stuff.
I know. I'm very, very excited to try out the VR version of the game.
Yeah.
Have you had a go yet? Are you?
No, but Baddie, I'm glad you asked. I am going down to IO Interactive next week. I am going to stalk them. Let me in. They'll be, oh, it's him again. Everyone hide. I'm going down there to play VR.
It's actually going to be some crazy Christopher Nolan kind of stuff, because you're going to be in VR, playing yourself in VR. It's a Bateson within a Bateson.
There's a photo opportunity there somewhere.
Yes.
I hope they go with it. But I'm going down there because I'm going to kick the bloody door in and give me those VRs and just leave me alone, because I'm here now. I'm working. But it's going to be weird because I'm going to be inside myself.
Yeah.
And I don't know. If someone takes a photograph of them, that's going to look so weird.
There we go. You wouldn't have heard that, Zoe, because of the way this crazy setup has got. But basically, we were talking about how weird it's going to be for David playing VR Hitman, because he's going to be basically being inside himself in VR. It's going to be like VRception. But yeah, we talked loads about his how he got into acting. There's a really cool bit where he talks about how he can pinpoint a moment in his life where his life diverged and took him on the path to being Agent 47. Just one person basically tapping him on the shoulder and saying something to him, and then it completely, from that point onward, is how his life ended up the way it was. But it's a fascinating insight into David's life, and just check it. He's such a nice guy. Check it out. Go check it out if you have time.
He sounds like an absolute gem. But of course, we haven't just been watching panels today. We have been playing some games as well.
Whoop, whoop.
So I kicked off my day with playing a surprisingly spooky game. Ian, sit back for a second. I'd like to imagine something for me.
Okay.
I'd like to imagine, you're in a forest. And you're playing Tinder, but for hikers to meet in the wild. Hear me out.
Okay.
To meet in the wild at beautiful location spots in forests. But Finders Keepers, which is the name of the game, is kind of takes that premise and switches it on its head. So the whole time you're looking at a phone, and all you can do in it is you can move a thumb, swipe left, swipe right.
Here's some of it up on screen now.
Yes. And the idea is, as you swipe and say who you do and don't like, you've got your best friend with you, and you guys are just chatting. But every now and again, you come across someone's card that looks kind of glitchy and weird, and differently from everything else in the game. Unlike other users who have 2 kilometers until they're that far away from you, these people have 34 meters, which means they're right next to you pretty much. So by moving the card, you can move forwards and to the side and run and walk and stuff. And you have to go hunt down these cards and find out why the hell is someone in this forest? And with the things that I played, often they actually weren't. Like their phones were just left in the middle. So it's kind
Oh,
of a
wow.
mystery game trying to get you to figure out what happened to these weird glitchy hikers that are like in the wild.
It looks
And
really cool, actually. I was just watching the video, yeah.
it's amazing. It's genuinely fantastic. I can't wait to play the whole thing. It's such a cool story mechanic to have the thumb being the movement as well. So you can do things like if you gently swipe the thumb across the screen, you can like blow wind chimes, or you can blow leaves off a dandelion, or you can open a door, or like match up a gravestone. It's really, really cool and interesting. And the whole time you play, you have your best friend with you, and you kind of learn more about your character and your best friend as you play it. It's awesome. I love Finders Keepers. And the download is so teeny tiny, so it won't take up any space on your computer at all. So I really recommend it.
Nice. I was going to say, I love the graphical the
Yes.
look to it. So it reminded me of a game, and I couldn't remember the name, so I had to type into Google "boat detective game."
Do you mean Return of the Obra Dinn?
I did.
Ian! Oh my god!
So it reminds me of the boat detective game, but yeah, I love that like really lo-fi graphical styling of it. And I guess is it you played it on the PC, right? But
Yes, I did. I played it on my PC.
I guess maybe it'll be. Do you know if it will be released on phones? Because it looks perfect for phones.
Yeah, I would imagine it would be released on it because, like you said, it's perfect for phones. It's exactly phone sized. And it adds an extra layer of immersion if you're playing literally like a Tinder but for hikers on your phone.
Yeah.
It's going to be great. But yeah, Finders Keepers, pull it on your radar, people. It's spooky. It's like current with Tinder. It's really good. I loved it.
Was it like chilling spooky, or was there like any jump
Yeah.
scares in it?
No, there weren't any jump scares. It was more like unnerving. Like
Right.
you're talking to a friend, and like I can't emphasize this enough. It is just Tinder. Like you're flicking backwards and forwards about people that you do or don't like for whatever reason. But like when you come across these glitchy cards, it is very much like because the message underneath the username is kind of like weird and glitched out. It is very much like this is weird. Like they shouldn't be here. And it's even worse when you follow their trail and you don't find anyone. You just find like a phone, and it's
Yeah.
like. What the hell? And one of the weird cards that I found was a gravestone. And it's like, why does a gravestone have a card in this phone app? It's really, really good. It really makes you ask loads of questions. So when the game demo finished, I was like, but that's not enough. I need more.
That is the sign of a good demo.
Exactly. I need more.
I need more.
What about you? What have you been playing today, Ian?
So I got a little bit of time to try out the alpha for Hello Neighbor 2.
Now that's a spooky game.
It is. I don't know if you're familiar with the original Hello Neighbor, but if you're not, it basically you played the role of someone who was trying to break into their neighbor's house because you saw them doing something suspicious, and you'd have to break into their house and sneak around and try and unlock a door where something weird had gone on behind it without the neighbor finding out. And the whole like kind of mechanic of the game was that the neighbor was this really intelligent AI that could learn every time it caught you. It kind of learned what you'd done, so it would put up barriers and stuff, and it would make things even harder to solve. And the sequel, Hello Neighbor 2, the Alpha 1 is out now to download, and it feels very similar. You're not in the same street, and in this one, you're actually trying to find what's happened to the original neighbor.
Oh, okay.
He's been trapped somewhere in a house by the guest, who was the creepy thing in the first game. And
that's reverse.
yeah, I'm not 100% sure what's going on in this world. It looks a bit like a Fortnite world. There's purple clouds in the sky, and the houses are really broken down and stuff. But just like the first game, basically the whole house and the whole world is a puzzle, and you will need to, on repeat playthroughs, learn where items are stashed so that you can plan events. In this gameplay footage we're looking right now, the player put a kettle on the stove to get the guest to go to the kettle, which then gives them a route up the stairs. I tried to follow what this trailer did, and at the top of the stairs there's a door in the alpha. So I was like, oh my god, what am I going to do? And then the guest got me. So I didn't manage to do it. And every time I got caught, the game got harder because the guest would put up gates or fences in front of the doors.
The guest looks terrifying. It's like a birdman.
He is some kind of weird birdman. It's very bizarre, but he...
Oh god, they move so fast.
Yeah.
Oh my god, I hate that. Oh.
Yeah. And when he catches you, he'll drag you out by your feet and yeet you back out onto the street.
Oh
and then you
God.
have to try and get back in all over again. It's very, very similar to the first game. So if you didn't get on with the first game, I don't think you'll get on with this game very well. But if you enjoyed the first game, it's going to add quite a bit more to the lore, I think. And, this whole living world puzzle.
I'm watching the gameplay now and I'm terrified.
Cool. Yeah, it is pretty spooky. And it did make me jump a couple of times as well. That you can go straight to paxegx.com and search for that in the games section, and it will take you to a link to download the alpha as well. But talking about paxegx.com, it's time to talk about the competitions, Zoe. So I'm going to put up a lovely slide right now. That's up right now with a question that you can answer, but Zoe will fill you in all about it.
Yes. So first off, let's announce the winner of yesterday's bag of swag. So, pulled from hundreds of entries, the winner is Ben Hemsworth from West Yorkshire.
Congratulations, Ben. Is he related to the Hemsworths, do you think?
The Yorkshire Hemsworths?
No, the ones in the Avengers and stuff.
Yes. Yeah, sure. Is there his cousin?
Oh, okay. Well, he's winning in life as well.
Yeah, indeed. Anyway, Ben, you correctly answered Joe Fixit yesterday's question, so we will be in touch with you shortly. Today's bag of swag is 1 year's free M500 fibre broadband, a £100 Amazon gift voucher. I know, I kind of want it. Yeah. An EGX Digital logo enamel pin, a snapback, and a mug. And the question is on the screen right now. It is, in the Getting to Know Captain America video running on the PAX EGX Virgin Media booth, what colour exactly is Captain America's hair? So you'll then need to click on the competition link in the Virgin Media booth to enter. We will pick one random answer in the morning and a right answer, obviously. Wrong one wouldn't really colour it. And the winner will be announced tomorrow. Now, because this is a daily competition, you have 12 hours from the point of this broadcast to enter. So get your entries in quickly if you want to win all those things, and I kind of really do.
Get your entries in quickly. So that's paxegx.com/competition. I actually don't know the answer to that.
Neither do I.
So we can't even cheat it, unfortunately.
Can't give you any clues or anything.
No clues. But Captain America, he's going to be easy to find. The video's right there. Getting to Know Captain America. All you need to do is watch it and email that.
It makes me think that his hair is like some fun, different colour, because otherwise, surely you could guess.
Maybe. I was thinking maybe if it's Getting to Know Captain America, maybe it's got some of the art team saying the exact colour. Like, my beard is rust and not
rust, yeah.
You see.
My hair is Sorrow of a Thousand Widows. That's the shade of my hair that it's actually called.
Beautiful shade, really good
exactly,
shade.
A very specific shade. And Captain America has exactly the same specific shade of colour for his hair.
He does. All right, well, coming up later on today on PAX as well, because EGX may be winding down now, but PAX will be carrying on late into the night. In fact, the streams will be 24 hours, and we'll be back with more streams from EGX at midday tomorrow. But we've got a little coming up slide to pop in as well. Here we go. So coming up, look at that. Yeah, so coming up at 6 p.m. UK time, so you can go straight to that after this, or 1 p.m. ET time. That's extraterrestrial time, for those of you who don't know what that means, and or 10 a.m. PT. So that's like Panda time.
I think it is Panda. I think it used to be Pangolin, but they changed it to Panda because it's more accessible.
Pandas are cuter.
Yeah, I think so. I think that.
Yeah. So coming up at those times is 35 years of stomps ranking Mario's enemies. In an effort to shine the light on the foes Mario has stomped on over the years, Nintendo World Report will sit down and sift through the hundreds of enemies felled by the plumber and figure out which ones are the cream of the crop. Are they down with the Koopas? Which Koopaling is the best one? Are Shy Guys really that awesome? What about Boo's? King Boo is mostly in Luigi's Mansion games. Does he count? All of those questions and more will be answered as the team aim to give you the definitive ranking of Mario's baddies. What's your favourite Mario baddie, Zoe?
My favorite Mario baddie is it's the rabbit from Odyssey that has like the purple hat and the
Yep.
giant plait that explode into mines. That's because that is a hairstyle I am into.
That's
What
a
about you?
good pick. I've always liked the boos back when Super Mario World was playing, just the little boos and the
You
way
know
they
what?
like cover their eyes and.
Hold up. I thought you said I've always liked the booze, as in the alcoholic. I was like, oh yeah, that tracks. Of course, that's one of Mario's enemies.
I'm going to bring us back into vision quickly. I do like the booze.
He does like the booze.
I
He
do
does
like
like
the
the booze, everyone.
In moderation, of course.
Of course,
Of
drink responsibly.
Okay, and then after that, if you watch that, then you can roll in straight away. That one was on PAX Channel 1, by the way. There are 3 PAX channels to pick from. The next one is PAX 3, and I know you lot in the audience love a bit of Jackbox. And on PAX 3 at 7 p.m. UK time, 2 p.m. extraterrestrial time, or 11 a.m. Panda time, you will be able to play Jackbox play along during PAX Online. The games will be hosted and monitored by Jackbox Games staff, and players will be able to join on a first come first served basis or play along in the audience. I don't know if you've played Jackbox Online before, but if you don't make it into the main game, you can still play by being an audience to cheer for your favourite votes and stuff like that. So that should be really good fun if you want to do some. Do you remember last EGX we tried to do some Jackbox and the mobile phone signal wouldn't work properly, so we couldn't connect to the servers. Yeah, so we had to do an extra bit of Goose Game.
Oh man, I don't think anyone cared about that though, because the Goose Game was great.
Oh, I'm going to bring us back in vision again quickly. Honk!
Honk! That was the entirety of our
Kookaroo
Goose
is the
Game
new.
last year. You've got everything now. That was
That's
the entire
true.
stream was us just going honk.
I don't know where my beak's gone. I need to find that again.
Oh my god, when you brought that out on the stage!
I know.
Turning to Aoife and just being like, did you know he was bringing that? And of course she didn't. Like,
No.
who can predict Ian Higdon?
There was some excellent side eyes at me that day.
That was
I'll tell you.
amazing.
The final treat we've got lined. There's loads of treats. This is just our pick, basically, of what we think you should go and check out. Video Game Music Theory 101 is going on the PAX 1 channel. That's from 8:30 p.m. UK time, 3:30 p.m. ET time, or 12:30. I think that meant to be AM. Is Panda time. I get my times mixed up, and
So many times to remember.
it was hard. I think like the Panda time one's actually going to be in their time the day before, but because we're 4 hours, it's too much.
Yeah,
Too much.
okay.
I'm trying to. I know I can't words. Numbers, I don't know.
Word.
But anyway, the Video Game Music Theory is hosted by video game musicians Family Jewels. I see what they did there. Insane in the Rain Music. I see what they did there. Sab Irene and 8-Bit Music Theory, and they're going to be presenting a live video game music theory session where they'll dive deep into some fan favourite video game tunes and explain exactly what makes them so great and memorable from a theoretical standpoint. No music theory experience required. They'll make things simple as possible for you, which is the thing I like the most, because I don't know what music theory is.
So basically, after that one, you're going to have a ton of video game music stuck in your head. So
I hope
you're
so.
welcome. Yes, exactly.
Do you
who
have
wouldn't want that?
No, who wouldn't want it at all? Do you have a favourite theme music?
Yes, I do. I actually love the closing time music in Tom Nook's shop in Animal Crossing New
Aw.
Horizons. I love it. It's so good. If you haven't heard it for yourself, stay in Tom Nook's shop until after closing time, and it plays, and it is absolutely beautiful, as will the Breath of the Wild's title track, which is stunning too.
Oh, I'm going to
real-
check that out later.
You should.
definitely
You
am.
should. It might
I'm
make
gonna-
you cry, but it's really worth
I'll
it.
YouTube it. You should YouTube the soundtrack to Quick Snacks on the ZX Spectrum. That's my favourite
Not
one.
bug snacks, quick snacks.
Quick Snacks, the original
Quick
snacks. Quick Snacks on the ZX Spectrum. That soundtrack is amazing. Right, well, we have got about 1 minute left, so we're going to say goodbye now. Outside Xbox will be with you for the daily wrap-up tomorrow at 5:30 p.m. till 6 p.m. They will be doing some more competitions, and they will be letting you know exactly who won today's competition. So good luck to everyone who's watching, and we will see you tomorrow for some live Surgeon Simulator 2 from 2
Ketchup and
p.m.
mustard.
Yay, ketchup and mustard and Yelps guaranteed. Goodbye.
Bye.
Bye.